Hey guys, this is Samfam Makeup aka Soumya Sharma. This is my very first video and I really hope you guys like it. And this video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. I like this look, it's glowy, day event, night event, both for. And what this channel is going to be about, it's going to be about makeup obviously and skincare, because I love makeup. I love experimenting, trying new things, trying new techniques, and trying new looks. That's what you can see on my Instagram page. I really love makeup. I'm a makeup enthusiast, you can say, and I really hope you like this video and tutorial on this look. So if you guys want to know how to get this look, please keep on watching. Hey everyone, so the first thing that I'm going to be doing is fill my brows in, and the brush I'm going to be using is by the Mask. It's a dual-ended brush. One side is the eyebrow brush and one side is spoolie, and the code is MBM02. So for filling in my eyebrows, you really don't need any particular brow kit. Any dark brown shade and a little bit of black eyeshadow would work. And yeah, if you are really into makeup, you can buy an eyebrow kit. I have one. One is by BH Cosmetics, flawless brow trio brow defining kit. It's pretty worn out because I've been using it for my Instagram. I'm going to link my Instagram down below so that you guys can check it out. I do different looks there. So now we are going to fill in our eyebrows, and I'm using the spoolie part of the brush to brush the brow hair in the direction of the brow hair, and then I'm going to take a darker brown shade with a little bit of black for intensity in my brows. I'm going to start marking my brows from the middle part of my brows so that I know where the arch would go and where I have to work forward from. And now I'm first marking the outer linings of my brow and then filling them in, because that really makes your work being easy. And I really prefer eyeshadows over the brow pomades because eyeshadows are really easy to work with. Hey, welcome back. So I just did my brows off camera. Someday I'll do a tutorial on that, but let's just move forward. Next thing, I'm going to be using a foundation brush that's also by the Mask, and the code is MBM17. You can use any foundation, any base that you really like. Seriously, there is no particular one. You can use any concealer. There are special eye primers also. If you really want to invest in that, you can buy, but I don't really usually use that. I sometimes use this Krylon TV paint stick in the shade FS28. Yeah, and otherwise if I don't feel like using this, I use Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation, the 24-hour one. That's also really good. I'm going to be using that on my base. So yeah, what you're going to do is take a lot of product on your brush. Next thing is, always keep a small mirror with you. Even if you have like a big mirror in front of you, please keep it. Will really help you to correct those minute details. So yeah, what are we going to be doing over here is we're going to really shape our eyebrows, also put a base for our eyeshadow. We are not going to do eyeshadow before base, we're going to do after it, but just so now I'm using the foundation brush to mark out and map out my brows, because this will really give the true shape of the eyebrow when we do a full face of makeup, because it really enhances the shape. If you have excess product on your brush, you can put it on your eyelid because it will act as an eye base. I am also marking my brows from the upper part of my brows because I want the arch to be properly marked, and you can see that the eyebrow is going thin towards the end. And at this moment, if you have done any smaller mistake while filling in your brows, you can correct it, because with the concealer it really gets easier to correct those small minute details. Then I'm going to put rest of the product on my eyelid that will act as a eye base. Now I've done the concealer thing on both of my eyes, and then I'm using a damp beauty blender and I'm spraying it again because I like it. It absorbs less product and blends the base really nicely. Now I'm blending, and while blending I like to ask you what look you will guys next like to see, because I really like to recreate any of the looks that you guys recommend. And blending right now is the key, because it will really help your one brow look natural. So as I told you earlier that I already had my primer and the moisturizer done. Next thing that we are going to do is a little bit of color correcting under my eye. So I'm going to be taking a foundation darker than my skin tone, and I'm going to be using Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 322. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, I'm using the darker shade of foundation as my color corrector because it's really warm in its undertone and really cancel out any of the darkness that I have on my face. As you can see, I'm also applying the foundation on my contouring area, because earlier when I used to do makeup, these area and temples on my forehead were really dark. I don't know what had happened, but it was really dark. So that's why color correcting on these parts is really important. And after applying the color correction part, I'm blending it. After blending, I'm going to apply the base, and for the base I'm using Krylon TV paint stick in the shade FS28. It's really my shade, and you can use a foundation brush to apply it. I'm really pulling out the product literally from the rotator and applying it directly on my face, because that's how I do it nowadays. Earlier I used to apply, but then it's quicker. And I'm applying it on my neck also, because that's really important, because if you don't, your makeup will look like mask. Then I'm taking my beauty blender and blending away my foundation. Now this step is really essential, really important, because this will get you that smooth base. Otherwise, if you don't blend your base nicely, it will show up in your final look, because it will crease, maybe the blending is not right, it will strike, or maybe the pores will pull up, anything. And the next thing for highlighting under my eyes, I'm going to be using the Maybelline 24-hour foundation, full coverage foundation, in 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. Now I'm taking the highlighting foundation that I'm using, and literally you just need one pump, and I'm using the foundation brush to apply it under my eyes. You can apply it on your eyes also. It will just act as an extra base for your eye makeup, and apply everywhere where you want your highlighting to be. Basically, highlighting is to bring forward certain areas in your face, and I really want my eyes and the really center part to be the attention, since I have a round shape of my face. Now I'm going to set it with the Krylon translucent powder in the shade you guys see? TL2. This one is really great and it doesn't give flashback when you click photos if you're doing makeup for any function, for any day function or even night function. I've been using it for like over a year now and it's really good. Now I'm going to set my face. I'm taking the powder puff by the Pack Cosmetics. I'm using the translucent powder to set my under eyes and all of the areas, especially where I applied the concealer or the highlighting part. And I'm not forgetting to set the entire face also, but the amount of powder that would go in setting the highlighted areas would be more. As you can see, I'm applying a hefty amount of powder under my eyes because next thing what we are going to do is eye makeup, so we need extra powder for the fallouts. To manage that, I'm dusting off the extra powder from the ends to apply tape because I want a little winged effect in my eye makeup, so I'm applying tapes. It's really important to place your tapes correctly because you want the shape of the winged effect on both eyes to be same. You don't want one up one down. So the palette for the eye makeup I'm going to be using is by Makeup Revolution and it says Fortune Favors the Brave palette. So the first shade I'm going to be using is this purple shade little bit and then this neutral shade so that it gets a little bit lighter. You will tap off a little. Taking those two shades, I'm going to take the blender brush and start blending from the outer corner of my eye and then slowly move towards the inner corner of my eye, taking more of that purple shade and the neutral shade. I'm going to blend more. Then I'm going to find a pencil brush and this one is by BH Cosmetics. It's really nice and tiny for those detailed looks. I'm going to use a darker shade of purple and apply it on the outer corner of my eye and slightly blend it towards the lid area because I want a really nice blended and ombre look. Next I'm going to take these two purple shades and the brush I'm going to be using is by Musk, another blender brush, and the code is MBM07 and I'm going to blend the darker shade into the crease. Now this step is really important because this is what is going to give that nice smoky effect because the blending over here is the key. And if you blend the darker shadows in the crease really nicely, now over here we have to see that we blend carefully. We want different colors to show yet they are blended together, so it takes a little bit of practice, but then now we are going to cut our crease. We are going to use concealer and a little concealer brush. I'm going to mark the center part of my eyelid, then the inner part of my eyelid, join those two, extend the cut crease a little because we're going for an ombre look. We're going to be putting shades there, filling in the concealer shade on my eyelid, taking extra concealer and towards the end I'm even blending the concealer a little bit because I don't want a harsh line over there. Then I'm going to take a much bigger blender brush or the shader brush, taking those two purple shade and towards the darker end of the smoky part I'll go and start blending it with the concealer because next we are going to apply a glittery shade, so we don't want a harsh line of the darkness. You can see I'm really putting attention over here in blending it. Next we are going to take the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette and take a smaller blending brush and take 2 tongues of this eyeshadow. It's really pigmented and good, and placing it on the area where the darker shade meets the concealer part. and really putting it and blending it really nicely for that seamless effect, putting the rest of the product in the crease. Next, I'm using a rose gold shade from the Makeup Revolution palette and packing it on the cut crease area or the concealer area that I applied. You can use a brush. Here I'm using my finger because I'm used to that, and sometimes it puts more pigment. Also taking a separate brush and blending the area between the shimmer shade and the darker shade, and I'm repeating the same process on the other eye also. While taking a brush, I'm making sure the lines of the cut crease are defined. Then I'm using a glitter by Pack Cosmetics in the shade Girl Crush. It's a very light pink color glitter. Pack glitters are amazing. Then you can use a glue. I'm not using in this one because I want really less glitter look in this. You can dip your finger in the glitter, apply very slowly on the glitter shade that you put earlier. If your glitter gets into the crease, don't worry, we are going to remove it with the help of a blender shade. And then we are going to use a smaller blender brush and define the lines. Now I'm going to highlight the underbrow area, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Pro Illuminate with a wider blender brush. You can see how much glow that gives. I'm taking off the tapes now, and I'll use a fluffy brush to dust off all the excess powder so that we can do the under eye makeup now. And I'm using a really small tiny blender brush, and I'm going to take that shimmer shade and pack it in the inner corners on the lower lash line of both of my eyes. And I'm taking a darker purple shade on that BH Cosmetics pencil brush, and then I'm starting to blend on the lower lash line. You can see it gives a really nice what do you say, smoky effect. Yeah, right. Then I'm going to take another shade, that obviously Juvia's Place palette purple shade, with the same small blender brush, little bit of it, and I'm going to blend it in the under eyes because it really gives a nice effects and really brings together the whole eye makeup look. It's really start blending. Now I'm taking a liner brush by the Mask India, and the liner is L'Oreal Paris gel eyeliner in the shade Blackout. And I'm doing a simple liner. You can do a wing liner also. I'm not that big a fan of the wing liner. Simple liner. You must be seeing that I'm the finishing of the eyeliner that I'm doing is not that great. It is because next I'm going to apply lashes. So after the lashes I'll do a little finishing because sometimes the glue gets on the lashes. So doing the eyeliner again after lashes is a really good tip that I got in the starting part of my makeup journey. And I'm doing the same eyeliner thing on the other eye and really filling it in. Next I'm going to take out all the fallout using a big powder brush and translucent powder. I'm going to really swift all of the fallout, and translucent powder really helps in that. Next I'm going to contour my face, and for contouring I'm going to be using this dome shaped powder brush by the Mask India. It's really nice and really good for blending powders. And the highlight and contour kit I'm using is by the NYX highlight and contour kit. The darker shade, the fourth shade in the second row, is when I use for really dramatic and intense looks. I'm going to use the two darker shades in the middle for contouring my face. I'm going to dip into those, and first I'm going to make a C, as you can see, because that really helps me where I have to work now. Then I'm going to blend that area, and next I'm going to contour my jawline. It's really important while you're doing jawline that blend towards the neck, not above it, because if you blend towards the neck, the shadow will come down. So that's really important while contouring your jawline. And next I'm going to even contour my under my chin, so that both of the contours of the jawline are joined. Next I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to use a shader brush by the Musk India, and I'm going to use the same contour shades that I used for my cheekbones, and mark where I want my nose contours to be. You can make your nose look smaller with this or thinner with this, but I am going to mark these lines on the natural contours of my nose, because I really like my nose that way. After marking these, making sure that the lines are marked on the right place and the right amount of product is in, I'm going to put little bit of product under my nose for that finished natural look. You can blend it with the brush, maybe with a sponge, but I don't do so. I blend it with my fingers because it gives a nice natural look. Next we are going to do blush, and for the blush we are going to use the BH Cosmetics 10 color blush palette, classic blush palette. And as you can see, it has various shades. It's really versatile. You can use for various looks, nude looks, heavy looks, whatnot. And I'm taking the nude shade, as you can see, and putting on the apples of my cheeks and blending towards my contour. And because advantage of putting the nude color first, little bit of nude color first, is that it will look really seamless. Then I'm going to take a pink shade and also going to blend it with the nude color. Now you can see that the contour and the blush are slightly blended together. They are not looking like two separate lines. That's what the effect I wanted. Next I'm going to line my lips and apply lipstick. I'm going to use the Nika lip palette. In it I'm going to take a nude shade. You can, for the lip liner part, you can also use any of the lip liner available, but because I'm doing a video right now, I'm going to line my lips with this. And lining your lips with the lip liner, the advantage of that is it really gives a long lasting effect. If you line your lips with a lip liner and fill it in with that, then apply the lipstick, it's really long lasting. Here I'm going to just line my lips with the brush, and I'm really following the natural lines of my lips, not extending it or making it look fuller, because I like the natural lines of my lips. And if by chance if the lipstick gets out a little bit, you can take a concealer or your beauty blender and fade that out. As you can see, I've done my lipstick part. Next I'm going to do highlighter, and the highlighter that I'm going to use is by Makeup Revolution in Pro Illuminate. I'm going to use a highlighter brush by the Musk India and really going to pack that highlighter on my cheeks. I like a really good and really sickening highlighter, because, and people, if you really want a natural glow with this, you can. I'm going really heavy with it because I like it that way. You can apply a little lighter also. For the nose highlight, I'm going to use my finger, placing a dot and then moving towards the bridge of my nose, and then I'm going to use the highlighter brush again and with the leftover product or taking a little bit more of it, I'm going to apply highlighter on the temples of my forehead. And advantage of doing this is when you take pictures, it gives you a natural look, not a made up look. And next I'm going to set my face with a setting spray. I'm going to use the Max Factor setting spray. It's really good and I love that spray. So yeah, this makeup look is done. If you guys like it, do comment and let me go just fix up my hair and I'll be just right back. So yeah, hey guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. I really do, because it's really glowing. Eye makeup is really nice. You can wear it for any, like you can wear it for a day event because it's not that dark. I really didn't use black, and you can wear it for an evening party or a night party or anything. And if you want to go for a night party, you can, intensify the blush a little bit, change the lip color, customize it according to your comfort zone. I hope you guys like this video. This is my very first video, and do comment down below how you like this video and what would you guys like to see next. Don't forget to like this video, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button because that's really important. And also don't forget to push the bell icon because that will get you to the notifications of when I post my next video. Bye.